Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Daily Dose Radio. This is your home for organic Bible study that's fresh and delicious. This is your roadside internet superhighway vegetable stand. You know, you pull up there and you get those fresh veggies. That's what Daily Dose Radio is like. You get all the fresh veggies and it's good for you. This is made from 100% pure Bible, guaranteed every single day. We're looking at verse 4 in Psalm 70 today. Psalm 70 has been our treat this week to actually go through this. We're just going to call this, I think, our pocket prayer. This is the psalm that gives us that pocket prayer that we often need every day. I don't know, I seem to have a need for it every day. Let's read verse 4 now. Let all those that seek thee rejoice and be glad in thee. Let such as love thy salvation say continually, let God be magnified. Well, that's verse 4, and you'll notice that we're still in the let them. In verse 2 and 3 was let them be ashamed, let them be turned back, let them be turned backward for reward. So we're kind of in that mode, and in verse 4, we're going to go back to it again. Let all those that seek thee. Wait a minute now. We're not talking about the enemies, those that are seeking after the soul and desiring hurt. No, these folk are those that seek the Lord. Let those that seek thee. Well, who's the thee there? Well, he's talking to the Lord, isn't he? Make haste, O God, to deliver me. His prayer is directed to the Lord. Let those that seek thee. So those folks that seek the Lord are the righteous. They're the ones that are going to have blessing. Let those that seek thee rejoice and be glad in thee. Our only satisfaction is in the Lord. And let such as love thy salvation say continually, let God be magnified. So they're seeking the Lord. Their gladness or their rejoicing is in the Lord. And they love his salvation. So they have this relationship with God that is unique. They are rejoicing, they're glad in him, they love his salvation, and because of that, they say something. Now, we talked about what the wicked man says there in verse 3. They say, aha. Aha, remember that's that arrogant presumption that, oh yeah, I've got him now. He's in my net. I have spun my web so finely that now the righteous have been trapped and caught. Well, that's what they say. But what is it that the righteous say? Well, they say, let God be magnified. Let that happen. Why not let that happen? Let God be magnified. Do I really need to magnify myself? Do I need to magnify my deeds? Do I really need to magnify how smart I think I am? Because I'm not. Remember, I'm poor. Oh, but if you just let your eyes drift down to verse 5, what's the very first thing he says there? I am poor and needy. Oh, well, now we'll get to verse 5 tomorrow, and I may preach a little bit tomorrow. Let God be magnified. So instead of saying, look how smart I am, look how I've caught them, these people that love the salvation of the Lord, that rejoice in him, that seek after him, well, they're just glad to magnify God with their words. Let God be magnified. So whether we're caught in the trap of those that say, aha, or not, whether or not that happens, we still should say, let God be magnified. If he's going to be magnified in me being caught in the trap of the wicked, then let it happen. If he's going to be magnified in my salvation, let it happen. If he's going to be magnified in my deliverance, let it happen. Help me, O Lord. You be magnified. See, that's the pulse beat of the church. That's always been the pulse beat of God's faithful people, is that God himself should be magnified. His glory is the first concern. It is the prime mover of the church in whatever age you want to mention. Okay, tomorrow we'll take up verse 5, and you might want to wear some comfortable shoes because I might go a little long tomorrow on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.